versus Kendra Wallace. Right?
Yes.
Which
I
there's a
think it was just
motion.
about the paper, was that-
No, there's a motion to revoke probation that was filed last month that alleges, among other things, he tested positive for meth.
That was the new one. Yes, Your Honor. I think you had put it off to see how she was doing as well on the others. And then she tested positive while in court. For
Yeah.
the meth. And
They're kind of a small glitch there, huh? Well, that's important to me.
I understand.
All
That's bad.
right, that
You
won't
guys
go
will
without
test today?
some kind of
Okay.
admonish. I mean, we're gonna,
He's
That's-
probably gonna do it.
that you can't undo the last one. The last one is a problem.
I always
How
say,
much time do you have to credit? Does she have credit?
I think this is a robbery.
Yeah, been around a while.
if she'd taken some, it was
Yeah,
or something like that from Walmart. I believe it was. And then she pled guilty on the first allegations, actually to the commit no offense. I think we continued her, Your Honor, I believe. And then the newest allegation is that the methamphetamine when she came to court, to see.
What are you working?
What is illegal possession of methamphetamine? A felony.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
It's a felony. Mr. Barksdale, are you here on Kendra Wallace by any chance?
Yes, sir. I am.
Good, good. We were trying to start early because the lawyer has to be in another court. And I told him, no, you didn't know.
Nothing.
Yeah, never mind.
Right, Kendra Wallace, so it's the same MTRP here. All right. All right. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Over your hands. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this? Who's here with her attorney, Mr. Kimmer? Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this first amended motion to revoke probation? Can we proceed by summary?
Yeah.
In summary, this alleges that on October 24th, 2016, in this court, you were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for robbery. Is that true? Yes. Is that true?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Number 4 states, look, we're going to only go to number 4. We handled on April of last year, 1, 2, and 3.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Number 4 of this first amended motion says he told us to revoke unadjudicated probation filed last month alleges that you provided a urine sample on or about January 20th, 2023, which tested positive for methamphetamine in violation of condition 10 of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
That was in court, and I didn't court test.
Was that true or untrue? True. Are you pleading true to that allegation voluntarily and because it is true? Do you understand by pleading true, that is enough to grant this motion to revoke probation? Your probation can now be revoked. You can be found guilty. Yes. Yeah. Any violation is enough to revoke your probation. And you can be sentenced to no less than 2 nor more than 20 years in prison. Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. Now we get to the point of what should be done. I don't have an agreement in front of me. What's state say?
Well, based on speaking with the probation officer, I believe she's been doing well on everything.
What's state
except
say?
for-
I know.
They would just request, I guess, a sanction on this, Your Honor, leave it to the court, but
For committing a felony offense.
Well, she's not, she wasn't actually in possession.
You know, you can minimize it all day long. Well, it's in her system. You can't be in more possession than it when it's in your DNA.
But it's.
And it's a felony offense. Come on. I know people say, well, everybody's doing it, but that's not true. I'm not. And the rules are the rules. And when you're on, if I was found with methamphetamine in my system for some reason, somebody was able to figure it out, and I was filed on, that would, I can't imagine. I wouldn't last long in my job at all, nor in this community. Because we're supposed to stand for something better than that, but just because you're on probation does not mean you're supposed to be avoiding criminal activity. And here you've been on probation since 2016.
Yes, sir, and I never.
I don't like it.
I never did that. So for that time.
I'm sorry, it's in your system. You tested positive and
It's
I
not in my
presume,
system, sir.
ma'am,
It's not in my system, sir.
I think she needs.
I'm being-
guidance.
I'm sorry. You provided a urine sample. It's in your urine.
She means now, it's not
No.
now.
It was,
Well, I don't care. Okay, so where your logic, then somebody commits a crime, but it's no longer committing a crime when it gets out of their system?
Your Honor, I guess my point is that on probation traditionally, there's kind of been a continuum when people have positive UAs. And I understand she said some other.
Yeah, I know
issues, but
mistakes are made and some people look past them, but it's a felony while on your probation.
Yeah.
How are you saying that's good? You made a promise to this court that you would not commit a crime. But this isn't the first time you've been here, because back in, everybody forgets, we've already been through this before, where a motion was filed last year and she committed a crime. She admitted to a crime of theft,
Yeah.
Class B theft. So she commits a crime, and what do? Continue on probation. Don't do that again. So now we're up to a felony. And what are we going to say? Oh, now you get Citizen of the Year award.
But I know.
No, I know you're an advocate, but she's on my watch, and I'm. Did you say something and interrupt me?
I think she was trying to tell.
You're going to have a chance to speak. Don't worry.
My point is, Your Honor, a positive drug screen in itself is obviously a violation of probation, but as far as it being a new felony to the extent that it can be indicted and prosecuted, I'm not aware of any indictments that have been brought predicated on a positive drug.
Number
screen.
10, do not use or possess any
I
drug.
agree, Your Honor, but
Was that, does that fit that?
Yes, sir. but
Illegal possession of methamphetamine, I'm sorry, is still.
I
a
think
felony offense.
under the Controlled Substance Act, I don't think it would be sufficient evidence though to get it. to
Then
maintain
put
a
somebody
conviction.
else in this job,
Otherwise,
because I know
they
what the
would be
taxpayers
indicting-
tell me.
They would be indicting everybody that.
I know what the citizens tell me. You can make a mistake. But we're here, this is for the third mistake. And now we're still committing serious drug violations. And you think people are proponents of that? No.
I
But
think-
you can advocate, you can advocate for your lady.
I think.
What do you want to say to me now?
sir, I made a mistake.
Uh-huh.
I've been doing good. I'm in school. I have a job.
I know you have a lot to lose, but you
I'm-
made a promise to me that you wouldn't get in any trouble.
Sir, there was just a misunderstanding, sir.
It's-
What's the misunderstanding that taking methamphetamine is a bad thing or a good thing? You
Sir,
didn't
no,
understand.
sir, it was. I didn't know that was thing. I didn't know that.
Didn't know which way.
I didn't know it was. Like that. It was a pill.
A pill. It was a pill. It's-
How did it get in your system?
Sir, I got here and the drug screen is dead.
How did it get in your system? Is what he's asking. You took the pill?
I don't take pills.
How did it get in your system?
I don't know. Probably.
A miraculous event?
Sir, honestly, sir, I've never failed a drug
Okay.
test.
You can't imagine. I wish I had $1 for every time somebody walked in front of me and said, I really didn't do this, although the scientific tests are showing this otherwise.
Sir,
All right, Mr. Barksdale, what do you say? I mean, we're going to set a standard by this. And we ought to be able to get on television and say, on the 6 o'clock news, 10 o'clock, whatever, and say, folks, this is what we stand for. You're on probation. You promise you follow the rules, but you can commit a violation. And then we're going to say, okay, it's a crime of theft, but we really believe you this time that you're going to follow the rules. Then shortly thereafter, a year, you are committing now methamphetamine use. What do we tell the people now? Because it's a standard to set. How many mistakes do you get to make? And this is more serious. You're on probation for a robbery in the first place. That's a serious crime of violence.
Yes,
And
sir.
so now we're doing serious drugs in your system. I mean, really, you've had more than fair opportunities, but we've got to be fair to everybody. And we'll be here all day with people making mistakes, and we're just saying, fine, here's a little slap on the wrist, go about, and we'll see you next year with your next mistake. You're not supposed to make mistakes. You're supposed to do the kinds of things everyone else is expected to do, but more importantly, you have more to lose.
Sir,
Your Honor, if I might, the probation department has programs in place where people have positive drug screens, and then they're put on a program where probation attempts to work with.
And at the end of the day, it's the judge's call.
Right, but there
Thank you.
are programs in place to address what the court is concerned with, to work with someone that evinces the willingness to try to change behavior.
No. When you signed on, you made a promise, and this is free will. Nobody, unless you're telling me somebody put a gun to the head, then you don't have a defense.
Why do we have JCDI? Why do the programs exist in probation? We should just get rid of them if somebody's going to be revoked.
Anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to add?
I'm just saying there's other available options. I think Mr. Barstow probably can address that better than I can. As far as to look at her in the totality of the circumstances as she is now, where she's employed, she's working, she's paying her fees, she's doing everything.
Using methamphetamine.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that they have an ability with probation to address that, to keep her on the right track, to keep her.
I'm sorry, are you telling me that she was under duress in any?
No, I'm not sure.
Then she made a free will choice while on probation, currently aware of the sanctions that could have happened. And we had this last year, we did this. Keep talking and interrupting everybody, because it's going to be really impactful when you get to speak, because I'm going to say, I'm just thinking about how rude you've been for the last few minutes. You can't follow any rules of decorum, can you? Not only the rules of law. No, don't speak, don't even say a word until I get finished. You interrupt everybody. Are you through interrupting everybody?
I defer to Mr. Barstow.
Go ahead.
Oh, Your Honor, since January, when she came into court to testify as for methamphetamines, she has been on the drug patch, which has been negative results. I've done 2 full screens on her in March and April, and she's been clean, and she's completed all community service and courts having part-time job has verification. She has school where she's taking a medical assistant program. And she has provided income tax information where she's to be able to pay almost $4,000 in her fees.
Where do you work?
I work at a retail store.
Where do you work?
A retail store.
Where?
Ben drop.
Okay.
And you go to school?
Yes, sir.
When do you go to school?
For administrative assistant.
When, WHEN, when do you go to school?
Tomorrow.
Online. It's online.
What days of the week?
3
Oh, it's
days out
online?
the week. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Anything else?
No, we rest.
Anything else you want to say?
Sir.
I'm going to find there is sufficient evidence supporting this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation to granted by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, as allegation 4 is proven true based upon the defendant's knowing and voluntary plea of true. What I'm going to do is, that's enough to grant this motion, revoke your probation and sentence you to prison up to 20 years. I'm going to continue you on probation, but you were sentenced to 30 days in the county jail. You want to do weekends?
Yes, sir.
You will do weekends. You will report on it before 6 o'clock each Friday,
Yes,
and
sir.
you will be then released. I think it's 6 o'clock. That's 6 o'clock p.m. and then you will be released. And you will do that on
15.
15 weekends, and hopefully that will make an impact on your thoughtlessness on the consequences that you have. Anything else?
Blue rest.